Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to the channel. So I haven't filmed for a while over here for YouTube because I've been posting a lot on the Instagram page and been super busy. You know, it's easy for me to do 90-second videos on the Instagram page, but finding time to do 10 and 15-minute videos on YouTube has been difficult because we have a lot of projects going on. But the good news is today we are out here where we're going to be building that Spanish custom estate, and we're getting started on the foundation phase of this project. So we're rolling out of grading. If you follow along on the grading project, right? We've had a lot of grading on different projects going on, and we have a whole lot going on, but I've been trying to cover, my plan is to cover everything from brush clearing all the way to turnkey. So that way you guys can catch all phases of the building project, but that's what we're doing out here today. I got the guys here, my foundation guys here, and they're chalking this thing out and stringing it out so they can chalk it out and we can get these footings dug and you know, start rolling in on the building phase of this project. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Paul. I own and operate TCI Development. We're a building contracting company located down here in Southern California. So but yeah, excited for our client today. Like I said, we are going to roll into the foundation right now, so I'll cover some of that of what's happening and what exactly we're doing out here this morning. But you know, the sun's getting ready to break out through the clouds, so looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome day. So, you know, I love it when the sun comes out. But anyway, let's go over here and check out what's happening right now so you guys can see how this is all done. But yeah, let's get on into it. Okay, you can see the guys are setting some stakes here, right? Basically what they're doing is they're making rectangles and squares all over the place, squaring everything up so they can set all these strings. You can see right here they have strings run, okay? But right now they're checking square on all these strings, and then they will pull the dimensions off of these strings where all of the footings are going to go. And I'll go over here and show you this right now. You know, Jose is over here giving them all the information. If you've followed along on any of my projects, you've seen Jose before. You know, so he's always the one that's out in charge of doing all the foundation work and laying everything out. But you can see right here on the plans, he has everything all color coded where all the footings are going to go, right? Everything you see here in orange, that's all footings. And yeah, so basically what he's doing is he's making squares and rectangles everywhere so he can pull to all these walls, all these wall dimensions and everything. So you need reference points to go off of. And the key in a foundation, right? Your building project, I don't care what you're building, a shed, a garage, it doesn't matter. If your foundation's not square, nothing is square from that day forward. Your walls won't be framed square. Okay, the key is the foundation. You know, the foundation is the key to a successful build, right? You want all that square so you don't have problems in framing, you don't have problems with drywall, you don't have problems with your cabinetry or your finished carpentry. So all of this is essential in the building process to make sure everything is nice and square. So you can see here, like I said, putting stakes everywhere and just making big rectangles around the whole entire project. And then we will pull off of these strings and mark out where all the footings are going. So, you know, for those of you guys that are in the building trades, you're familiar with this process. But this house, laying this out is a little challenging because the house has so many different jogs in it, and we have that cut slope in the back. That's the house kind of goes around that. So, you know, there's some challenges to laying this one out this morning, but you know, we do this stuff all the time, so it's not a big deal. You just got to take the time, double check your measurements, you know, pull all your hypotenuse and make sure everything's nice and square. You know, as long as all these strings are square with each other, then when you pull all your walls, when you mark out all your walls and where all your footings go, well, then everything will be squared up. And then after this is all done, when we get it all chalked out, you know, we'll chalk out the plumbing trenches. So I'll have Matt come up here, chalk out all his plumbing trenches. I also have some electrical that's going to be going inside this, you know, for islands and stuff like that. And we have a cool procedure for running our electrical panel. I have some cool templates, so I'll show you all that when we get into it. But yeah, anyway, we'll chalk out all the interior plumbing footings, you know, trenches and all that, and Matt will get up here and take care of his stuff. I will lay out all the electrical stuff where I have electrical conduit, because the owner's gonna want a swimming pool out here eventually. He's gonna want a swimming pool. So what I will do, my electrical panel is gonna be on that far side of the garage. I will actually run conduit out of that panel under the foundation and stub it out here on the front of the house. That way, when we do the swimming pool in the future, when we run the electrical panel for the swimming pool, I don't have to dig trenches and go all the way around the house and pull a bunch of extra electrical wiring. I'll just stub out conduit outside the foundation. I'll run it under the middle of the foundation, and that way it's a shorter run, and it's already there for the future, ready to pull electrical lines for the swimming pool panel. And of course, I'll cover all that when I get to it. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys will hang in there and watch this whole build from start to finish, you know. But right now, I'm gonna head down the hill and go over to the other project, a big massive custom home. It's the only one, I think we're only filming like 2 or 3 on the Instagram page, but I'm gonna go down and cover some of the stuff that's happening down there, because like I said, I haven't filmed for a while. You know, we were also grading for that other large country estate, right? And the grading's done on that. We're just doing I'm just waiting on my soils report, and I'm waiting on my lot certification, and we'll be done over there, and just waiting for the building permit on that one. So right now, gonna head down the hill and go find out what's going on at the that modern estate that we're building. So hope you guys have a good day. So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so I'm over here now at the large custom home I'm building down here in the Temecula Valley, and I want to show you what's happened out here with the utility trenches and everything. You can see right here behind me, Mikey and Pete are continuing to put in the utility trench. Not so much the utility trench because we have that in already, but right now they're digging the tight line for this third septic tank. We have a third septic tank right down there, and we have a tight line that has to go to that, the waste line. And we also have power that has to go to that, because there's a pump inside that tank, and then there is no leach field. So over here in the bottom part of this property, we will have an irrigation system. That pump will kick on, and it will send water to the emitters for this irrigation system, right? It's very clean water, but there is power that has to go in there. As I mentioned before, if you follow my feed on Instagram, and I even covered it on the YouTube channel, this is an advanced treatment system. So there are 3 tanks. Each tank has a pump in it, okay? It's also wired to the garage up there, and there's an alarm in the garage with a red light. And if that alarm ever goes off, that means one of the pumps stopped working. And then you will get notified from the state of California, because this is monitored by the state. So it's super important that you constantly make sure that the thing is operating. But if that alarm goes off, right, the owners will have to address that issue immediately. But hopefully that won't happen. Anyway, what they're doing right here is they're digging the trench for that, and they're also, Mikey's also digging the trench. So you see there's a whole lot going on over here. I'll show you right now. So if you follow my Instagram feed, I covered the utility trench already. So the utility trench is about 3 feet below those low voltage conduits that you see. We have our main utility trench going down. Here's the waste line right here for the septic tank. And that conduit you see with the rope in it, that conduit's for power for the septic tank. And then you see the water line that goes up the slope right in the middle right there. There's the water line. Water line comes down. We will cut that water line right here. And we have sleeves. You see those sleeves we put in the ground? I mentioned before in a previous video, anytime we're gonna go under hardscape, we put sleeves for future. So there's a sleeve down there for the water line. There's a sleeve right there in case the owner ever wants to feed anything in the future underneath his driveway. So let's go over here and check it out. I'll show you. Mikey had to dig this water line trench all the way to the street, okay? Because we have a temporary water line laying here. I'll show you right now. Here's the temporary water line just laying on the side of the slope going all the way down. But we have to put that, we're not gonna use this water line because it's been laying out in the elements. We will abandon that. We'll put brand new pipe in the ground. Also, we didn't want to disturb this concrete V ditch, so we mined underneath it, and This goes all the way to the street, okay? Has to go underneath that bridge, and then we will tie it in. Also, we have the fiber optic line. So before we put this water line in, we went really deep with this trench. You see we're almost 4 feet down. We will put the we'll put a electrical conduit in there for fiber optic. We will tie that fiber optic into the Verizon box at the end of the street, because that's who the supplier is for the low voltage fiber optic is Verizon. We will put that in, then we'll put the water line in. We will wrap this water line with a copper wire. That way in the future, if they ever need to locate it, they can. So we will wrap a copper wire, a tracer wire around it, okay? But that's what's happening out here today. If you follow my Instagram feed, you saw where we tied in the electrical conduit. So here's our transformer, right? Here's our temporary power. Here's our transformer, okay? We dug a trench right here. We dug up the asphalt right here. We dug the asphalt all the way. We dug a trench all the way up where my truck is, and then we went all the way up to the top of that slope, and we installed the electrical conduit. We put a 3,500 pound PSI pull rope inside of it. I called the planner from Edison and had him run out here because we didn't want to leave this street opened up, because these cars, there's neighbors that live here. So we did all this in one day. We dug the street up. We let those people get out and go to work that live right here. We let them get out and go to work. We dug up the street. We installed all the conduit all the way to the top of the hill, and we put a pull box. I'll go up there and show you that, okay? And then we put the conduit in, had it inspected, we tied it in. I had Edison come out, we opened the transformer, ran the sweep up inside the transformer with a pull rope. Now this thing is ready to pull power to the house, okay? But we had to get this backfilled, so when the people came home from work, there wasn't a big trench here in the middle of their driveway, okay? So that's what's happening out here today, you know, just finishing up these trenches. We want to get these water lines in. We want to get this fiber optic line in. We want to get the tight line tied into that tank down there. We want to get the pump put in that tank. We want to get the electrical to that tank. Also, right over here, because we're going to have a gate installed right here, and the gate's going to be really cool. We're going to match the garage doors on the house with this gate, so this gate will have glass in it. We ran right here, we ran a 2-inch for power for the gate. We ran a 1-inch for the keypad for the gate for telecommunications. We put all of that in that trench. So let's walk up now and take a look at everything that's happening up top, because it's been a while since I filmed over here for YouTube. So there's a whole lot involved with all of these trenches, okay? None of this is on the plans, okay? We design this stuff ourselves. We design it, okay? We come up with a plan, and then we work that plan. Right, we put everything together, but you can see we've had to dig under the sprinkler lines on that slope because the county and the city require us to have irrigation and ground cover down at the beginning of the job when we're in the grading phase, which I've told them for years and years that's putting the cart before the horse, because now we had to come back and run all these utility trenches, but they do not want to listen. They wanted irrigated. We could have irrigated this thing and planted it, right, after we did these utility trenches, but they don't understand this stuff, right? They're just office people. They don't understand, they don't know. So now we're digging under, even over here. I'll show you. You know, Mikey's on this excavator, but you know, look at all the drip irrigation lines that he had to go underneath, right? So you got a hand hole everywhere with a shovel to make sure, pothole everywhere with a shovel, make sure you don't hit anything. But anyway, that's what's happening. So I'll go up top and show you what's happening up there and what's going on the inside and what's happened on the house. Also, right, this is what I came up with. Okay, I'm making a faucet right here, and I'm going to put it down here behind the gate. That way, if the owner ever wants a faucet down here, he has one. We're going to be here digging. We're going to take up this temporary line and we're going to put in the permanent line. So I'm going to put a faucet here because why not? We're going to be here digging. And by the way, if you're ever going to do any irrigation, make sure you put primer on your pipes, okay? Prime everything before you glue it. Put primer and then put glue, okay? I'll show you the glue that I use and the primer that I use, because I use industrial stuff. I don't use the stuff you buy at Home Cheapo, okay? I don't use that. I'll show you right now. All right. Here's the primer. It's just purple P70 primer, industrial grade, right? And then I use 7-Eleven industrial PVC glue. This is gray glue. I don't use that Red Hot from Home Cheapo. I don't buy it from Lowe's. And then for my threaded tape, Teflon tape, I use Blue Monster PTFE thread tape, right? You can use this on gas or water. So that's what I use. Anyway, you can use what you want, but I've never had a water line break ever, right? So anyway, let's go up top and check out what's happening. Okay, I'm up here at the top of the slope now. You can see Mikey and Peter continuing down there with all these trenches that we have to put in, because there's a lot of them. As I said before, there's a lot involved just in utility trenches, water line, low voltage, all of that. Okay, there's a lot involved. Right up here at the top of the hill, here's the Edison pull box. Okay, the reason we put a pull box is because that's over 400 feet to the transformer. Edison does not want to pull it that far, right? They would rather pull out in the middle somewhere. So we put this pull box. I'll open it up and show you. Okay, has to have gravel in it, right? So we have 3 feet of gravel in there, and then we have a 4-inch conduit right there that goes down the slope to the transformer, and then we have a 3-inch that goes all the way over there to the panel. You see the panel that's on the wall, that's a 400 amp panel. Okay, so we have a 3-inch to a 4-inch. So what Edison will do, the first thing they will do, we have a pull rope inside there. You can see the rope right there, that green rope. We have a rope inside there. They will pull a mandrel, which is just a big rubber plunge. They will pull a mandrel. They'll hook a mandrel down there in the transformer, and they'll pull it through. That's to get any dirt or dust or debris or rocks out of the conduit. And then they will pull a mandrel from the house down through this 3-inch. After they're done cleaning that out, which there won't be any dirt in there anyway because we cleaned it out during the installation, but you never know. Then they will pull the power. So that's it. That's a pull box. It just gives them a midway point to pull the lines up. So they will pull the lines up through this 4-inch. Then they will feed those lines down through that 3-inch and pull them the rest of the way to the house. So it's the same with all this low voltage. You see right here, I laid all my low voltage out here, okay? Because all the way to the street is over 600 feet. We will put another pull box down there where Pete's standing, right behind the excavator. For the fiber optic, we'll put another pull box there, okay, a round one, just like this one right here for Edison, but we'll put a round one. That way, Verizon, who is the data supplier, they will pull the fiber optic to there, and then they will feed it back down into this 2-inch conduit, and they will pull it up right here, okay, right here. And then I'll stub that up and put a hand hole here, and then they will feed it back down into this 2-inch all the way to the house. Okay, the same with all this right here. I have 1.5 inches going down there for power for the gate. All right, I have 1 inch going down there for low voltage for the keypad, you know, like a phone line for the keypad. And I'll stub everything up right here near this pull box. Over here on the slope, out of the way of everything, I'll put these round hand holes here, and then all of this ties into the panel. Okay, now I think ahead of the game when I start building a house, and I'll show you on that Spanish estate we're starting right now. I have a template that I use when I set these 400 amp panels, and I like to put every single hole that's in the bottom of that panel, I stub out conduits out of the bottom of that panel. I fill the whole panel. The reason is, when we build the swimming pool, I don't want to have to drill through the stucco and then run a conduit out the side of the stucco. I cannot stand that when people do that. So I run futures, and all those futures are stubbed out of the ground down there, and now they're coming up over here. So I use every single hole that's in the bottom of that panel, and I fill those holes with conduits. I use 2-inch, I use 1.5 inches, 1 1/4, 1 inch, and 3/4. So that's what's happening with the utility trench. Okay, over here, close this. Also, we have, you know, we have to finish up. So we have the water line that's here, the existing water line that's running down, and then it's laying on the slope. Okay, we got to put the new water line in. As you can see, we ran it right there, and we ran it into sleeves because there's going to be concrete hardscape over here. We put sleeves underneath it all the way to the septic tank. We have our septic system tight line right here. We have to complete. Okay, It's already tied into the tank over there, but it runs down, runs all the way down, but Mikey's digging the trench right now and we'll run it all the way down and tie it into the tank. There's the electrical conduit for it, because as I said before, there has to be a pump inside that tank and it has to have power. That's already tied into the panel, okay? And then we'll pull power. But we have our water line over here, I'll show you. So we're gonna build a retaining wall right here off the back of the garage. And this is gonna be a parking area for RV. So we're gonna build a retaining wall and then backfill all this. But I ran the water line over here, you know, the water line goes over here, stubs out right here. We're gonna connect to it because we have to go behind the house and it has to tie in over here. Also, because there's gonna be a retaining wall right here that goes along here and then goes that way, we're gonna put the propane tank right back here. So tomorrow, the first thing we're gonna do, anyway, so we have that black metal siding. Like I said, we have some walls going out here. It's gonna have some of that black metal on it. We have black metal on the entryway right here on this column. And the owners let me put this black steel panels on that back wall. That was challenging because it has to cut around all that C-channel. It's hard to see because of the scaffolding, but I'll cover it later, but had to cut around all that C-channel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue that black metal panel on the inside of the house and down one of the walls. I'll go in right now and show you, but we have that nice big huge pivot door. And then when you walk in, you will see that black steel panel continuing on the inside, but really looks good on this house. I'll go around here and show you. Like I said, that's the utility room built to look like a chimney, but the utility room, I ran it on that wall right there, right? And then we have, coming off the house right here, this is gonna be a patio. We have little 3-foot walls, and what I will do is pour, I'll put poured in place concrete cap on that wall. On the inside of the wall, we will do smooth stucco like you see on the house, but on the outside, we will do that black metal panel. That way, really look good. And as I said before, all of this steel right here, this is all getting painted black. Go around here and show you. All of this looking really good. We're gonna put some of that black metal panel under the bar right there. We're gonna put that black metal panel, so we're gonna put a bar top there. And these are those brackets that I put to hold up floating cabinets on the inside. These things will hold 280 pounds a piece. So I don't like angle brackets underneath stuff. So we have a bar top there because this all opens up. That's the man cave in there, they call it. And then we have our multi-slides here, right? I put TV and power out here so they can mount an outside TV if they want to, right? We got our lights in already. All of this steel is going to get painted black. Going to look awesome. Show you the back side of the house. There's one more wall that we, the owner liked that metal siding so much. And because this house is so big, and you can see it down here in the Temecula Valley from Highway 79 South, we get a lot of visitors up here, a lot of tourists. Anyway, that wall right there, that big wall, we're gonna put that black metal panel on that wall all the way up. I have black hand railing, the same railing that's going on our stairs on the inside, right? It's just black rods going on there and on that patio as well at that bedroom. But yeah, things are really coming together out here. So let's go on the inside. I'll catch you guys up to date on what's happening on the inside, and then I'm gonna head back up to the other job, but I gotta swing by that country estate and check on all my grading stuff over there. So anyway, let's go inside and check it out. Okay, we're on the inside of the house. As you can see, all the walls are primered. I've got my tile guys here. They are currently tiling, they are floating the showers, okay? We have all of our molding on. This is Fry Riglet Z Shadow molding on the whole entire house. I have it taped up right now because my guys have been primering. I'll show you the detail we finished on the doors, okay? As I mentioned in the previous video and on the Instagram page, there's no molding going around these doors. They're curved jambs. So you can see right here, the L metal goes into the jamb. Go over here and check it out. This is a level 5 finish. Look at these walls. Oh yeah, nice and flat. You know, we have, we do straight edge, and people just went crazy on our Instagram page saying, oh, we suck, and my framer sucks, and
we're shaving studs with a planer, we don't know what we're doing, get better lumber, blah, blah, blah. These walls are as flat as you could possibly get. Like I said, engineered lumber wasn't an option. But even if it was engineered lumber, guess what? I would take a planer and I'd plane any imperfections out of the engineered lumber. Anyway, we flowed all of our showers. Hopefully you can see it. Let me try to brighten it up in here a little bit. Hold on. Okay, we flowed all of our showers. Juan Melendez is doing my tile. He actually is another person that reached out to me on Instagram, right? I told you we like to spread the love. I have plenty of people to do jobs. And you know, I have my normal tile guys, but there's always room to help other people grow. So he's doing my tile. I've checked everything. He's doing an excellent job. So yeah, floating all the showers right now. Okay. Anyway, we've got our Windsor 1 molding. We have everything taped off masked off because we're painting. But we have our Windsor 1 molding around our closet doors. And you guys are gonna love the closet hardware that I use on this. Soft closed and soft open. I don't use Home Cheapo stuff. You probably know that by now, but I'll show you this molding. Let me see if I can pull back some of the tape so you can see this molding. Let's take a look down here. I don't want to peel it back because my painter did a good job of masking, but I'll cover that in another video. But anyway, ooh, bright. So we have our molding all the way around. Like I said, it's Fry Riglet Z Shadow, and we are going to be building these stairs very soon, okay? I mentioned in a previous video, especially on the Instagram page, I wanted to get this wall painted first, okay? That wall and this wall over here, because these stairs are only gonna be an inch away from the wall and there's no way to get a good finish behind there, so I want these walls painted first. We're gonna put one more coat. We're using a velvet sheen, and it's Whisper White as the walls, and on the ceiling will be Ultra Pure White. So these stairs are gonna be absolutely beautiful. They're butcher block. These are made by View Rail. It's a design I sent over to them that's made by View Rail. LED lights, absolutely gonna be just incredible. So we have big gray tiles going in here, 2 foot by 4 foot tiles. We have the black Fry Riglet that's on the walls. Let me see if I can peel back a section here. Yeah, maybe. Give me a moment. Anyway, yeah, black Fry Riglet. You'll just have to wait and see it later. But yeah, that's what's happening. Like I said, we got lots of showers that are getting done. There's 5 bathrooms in this house. Hopefully you can see this kind of dark in here, but yeah, floated the showers. This is one of the boys' rooms. It's actually 2 rooms exactly the same, but yeah, so here's the boys' bathroom, right? Showers floated all the way to the ceiling. Really big bathrooms, really nice. But yeah, everything's looking good. Coming out nice. We got our cavity sliders. We have 4 cavity sliders in here, all soft close. That's it, moving right along. So these guys are gonna continue on the tile on the showers, and yeah, my painter's gonna be back tomorrow. Like I said, all the walls are primed. And now we're gonna paint the ceilings. And then when we get the ceilings painted, then I'll have my guys come in, my electrician come in and start doing all the trim out. But we'll start from the ceiling, work our way down. Okay, that gives my painter time to paint the walls. But you know, we'll paint, we'll spray it, then we'll back roll it, and then we will come in afterwards because there's gonna get dings and stuff and all that after tile and all that and after cabinets. Cabinets are here, they're inside this room right here, but I have it masked off because there's a beautiful finish on those cabinets. I don't want any dust or anything in there. So yeah, moving right along. Go back down here, see what Mikey and Pete are doing, right? Make sure they're not goofing off. Okay. So, see, we're gonna put, there's the water line coming on the driveway, but we're gonna cut that water line and we're gonna put it in a sleeve, right? As I mentioned several times, you'll hear me say it over and over and over. Whenever you're gonna have hardscape, throw a bunch of 3 or 4 inch pipes in the ground. That way in the future, they don't have to saw cut the driveway to run something on the other side, right? They might want something else down here, some other power or whatever. So we put sleeves everywhere. So we'll put some 4 inch pipe in the ground, right? Right there, see that 4 inch pipe? We'll put that in the ground. That way we have sleeves for the future. We just dig down, run anything through it. Don't have to cut any asphalt or anything, but Mikey the man and Peter are going to continue on with what they're doing, and I'm going to head back up to the La Cresta job and check on the foundation layout. But yeah, everything's going good, looking good. Look at all that work. You know, it's one thing if you're just, you know, if you're a subcontractor and you're doing drywall, well, you just do drywall and then you move on. But when you're a general contractor, right, and you're covering everything, when you're a ground up builder and you're covering everything from land acquisition to turnkey every day, you know, it's all day long, every day. You got to constantly stay ahead of everything, like with these utility trenches, right? You're constantly thinking. This is why I sleep less than 3 hours every single night, because, you know, I have a whole bunch of jobs going on. I have 5 more big builds coming up, and so got to stay on top of everything. But everything's going great. Okay, that's it for today. I just wanted to catch you guys up because I have not filmed on YouTube for a while, right? But I just wanted to catch up on everything, right? I don't need to show you all this stuff every day. Just do a little, just glance over everything and show you what's happening. But yeah, if you guys aren't following over at the Instagram page, go over there and follow us at TCI Development. And I'm going to post some cool drone footage over there and on here, right here on YouTube. So yeah, you guys follow along on that Spanish custom build. Follow along on that massive country estate we have coming up. We have 2 more big ones right behind that. And yeah, just going to continue on, you know, enjoying the day and loving what I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to give us a like on our video and give us a thumbs up. It just helps YouTube to recommend our video to other people. I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you can learn something by watching our projects that'll help you with your project. Have a great day.